All right, let's talk about an absolute monster of a matchup we've got coming up. In one corner, you've got the Ole Miss Rebels. In the other, the Miami Hurricanes. And they are about to collide in a college football playoff semifinal where, believe me, everything is on the line.
Look, the stakes here, they just couldn't be any higher. It all comes down to 60 minutes of football. The team that wins books a ticket to the national championship, and the team that loses, well, their season is just over. It's that simple and it's that brutal.
But here's what makes this game so juicy. It is a genuine clash of philosophies. What one team does best is the absolute biggest challenge for the other. So today, we're going to peel back the layers and really pinpoint where this game is going to be won or lost.
So here's the game plan for how we're going to break this all down. First, we'll set the stage for this massive game. Then we'll dive into that high-flying Ole Miss offense and the absolute brick wall of a defense they're about to run into. We'll also uncover a pretty fascinating chess match between a player and a coach who have some history. And then we'll wrap it up by zeroing in on the key matchups that are going to decide it all.
Okay, let's dive right in and set the stage, because the trip to the national championship is on the line.
So here are the details you need to know. You've got the number 6 Ole Miss Rebels sitting at 13-1, taking on the number 10 Miami Hurricanes, who are 12-2. It's all happening in the Fiesta Bowl out in Glendale, Arizona. And the why? Well, that's everything, isn't it? The winner moves on to play for all the marbles. All right, let's start with the first heavyweight in this fight, that Ole Miss offense. They are an absolute machine, and they're being led by a breakout star who has them firing on all cylinders. At the very heart of this offensive explosion is their quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss. You know, this guy wasn't even the starter when the season kicked off, but since he took over the job in Week 3, he has completely changed the identity of this team and put them on the path to a title.
And get this, he is rolling into this game absolutely on fire. In their last game, the Sugar Bowl, against a really good Georgia defense, he threw for a season-high 362 yards. The kid is playing his best football when it matters the most.
But you know, a quarterback can't do it alone. And this is where Ole Miss has a massive advantage. Their offensive line has been a fortress all year long. I mean, they've given up the fewest sacks in the entire SEC. That protection is the engine that makes this whole offense go.
But, you know the old saying, unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Well, let's talk about the immovable object that Ole Miss is about to slam into, the Miami Hurricanes' defensive wall. So, remember that incredible Ole Miss O-line we were just talking about? The best in the SEC? Well, they are about to face their biggest test of the entire season, bar none. Miami's defense racked up 45 sacks this year, the most in the entire ACC. So right there, that's the ballgame. The best pass protection against the best pass rush.
And it's not just about getting to the quarterback. Oh no, they are absolute ball hawks. The Hurricanes have forced an incredible 25 turnovers this season, and that has to be a major concern for an Ole Miss team that, frankly, got a little sloppy with the ball in their last game. You can bet Miami smelled blood in the water when they saw that tape. I mean, just to really hammer the point home, look at this. In their conference, Miami's defense is number 1 in sacks, number 1 in total yards allowed, and number 1 in points allowed. They are, by basically every metric you can find, a truly elite, dominant unit.
Okay, so let's flip things over to the other side of the ball for a second, because there's this really fascinating subplot playing out here. It's a chess match between a quarterback and a defensive mastermind who, let's just say, knows him pretty well.
The two people at the center of this are Miami's quarterback, Carson Beck, and the man calling the plays on the other side, Ole Miss defensive coordinator Pete Golding. And these two guys, they have a little bit of history from their time back in the SEC.
And why does this matter? Because that history really favors Ole Miss. The last time Carson Beck faced a Pete Golding defense, he was held to just 186 passing yards. A very quiet day for a quarterback who is usually anything but. So the question is, does Golding still have his number? Can he pull that rabbit out of his hat again on the biggest stage of them all? So, we've looked at the offense, we've looked at the defense, we've even looked at the history. Let's pull it all together now and focus on the matchups that are really going to decide who wins this thing.
When you really boil it all down, this entire game is going to be decided right here in 3 key battles. First, in the trenches. Can that elite Ole Miss O-line handle Miami's insane pass rush? Second, the turnover battle. Can Ole Miss protect the football against a defense that lives to take it away? And finally, in the coach's box. Does Pete Golding still have the secret formula to frustrate Carson Beck? The team that wins 2 of these 3 battles, Well, they're probably going to be playing for a national title.
So, as we look ahead to this incredible showdown, that's the ultimate question, isn't it? In a game where something has to give, what wins out? Is it the high-powered offense that's found a star quarterback at the perfect time? Or is it the suffocating defense that has shut down literally everyone in its path? Well, we are about to find out.